What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on those post notifications, girl, so you can get notified every single time that we post. Okay, we post, yeah. So I ordered $60 for the Wingstop and I'm ready to hurry up and dig in. I haven't eaten all day, barely. Well, actually I had oatmeal for breakfast and I had a piece of cornbread earlier, but that was it. I asked you guys on Instagram. I have to sit sideways because of the space between me and this table. I asked you guys stuff to talk about on Instagram. Why do I feel like this was already peeled off? Like my DoorDash person could have easily freaking eaten. Okay, first thing we have is the voodoo fries. Second thing we have is the Cajun corns. Okay. The next thing we have is lemon pepper wings, and the next thing we have is how the fuck they gonna give me this one ranch for 20 wings? I don't remember what. Hold on, let me look. Backpack. Hopefully y'all can see all the food. Okay, hopefully y'all can see all of the food. It's kind of a hot mess. What am I doing? Okay, first thing I'm gonna try is these voodoo fries, because I don't know. Tastes good to me. I love cheese fries. These are good. I give them, and they're spicy. I give them like a 9 out of 10. I got the lemon pepper wings, and I gotta see what the other wings were. I don't even remember. I know I got Louisiana rub. Okay, so this must be the Louisiana rub, the boneless, and I got mango habanero, I think. I don't even really completely remember, honestly. Let me take my bracelet off. But anyways, how have you guys been doing? How are you guys feeling? Are you guys drinking enough water? Oh yeah, and I got my water right here. Why does that happen in every video? My ring light's neck is like broken. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna try a lemon pepper wing first. I like flats better. I should have asked for all flats. I'm like blinded because I just had to go near the ring light. Oh my gosh. So I'm not even gonna lie, these lemon pepper wings are like a 5 out of 10. They kind of taste like rubber. Okay, anyways, let me go on my Instagram and see what y'all was talking about. Somebody said funny or embarrassing stories. Something that was like, where's the napkin? Am I sitting on it? What the freak? Yo. Oh shit. I just had a napkin. What happened? Bruh, I know that shit did not just disappear in thin air. What the fuck? I'm really mad because why did it literally just appear under my butt? Okay, anyways, something that was like really embarrassing for me was in 4th grade. I had this crush, and I've told this story. I don't know if I've told it on TikTok or where I've told this story at, but my crush, like the boy that I really had a crush on in 4th grade, one time he was trying to be funny, and obviously he didn't have a crush on me because he did this. I walked up to go sit next to him because it was like new seats, like they had changed it around or whatever, and I went to go sit next to him. Why did he pull out the chair from underneath me? So when I went to go sit down, I fell straight on the fucking floor. I was so embarrassed. I still think about that shit. It was so embarrassing. Like, seriously. Like, who does that? That is so rude. Alright, y'all, I'm trying the corn. I got 10 pieces of corn. Corn is so freaking good. It's not even funny. I feel weird sitting like that. I feel like I look like a guy. Somebody said, hold up, best friend. I'm trying to think. The corn is good, but it's all kind of cold. I mean, which is to be expected. Okay, I'm about to bite. Ew, look at this boneless. Why is it so big? For reference. What the heck? I am literally almost blinded from this freaking ring light. This is the Louisiana rub. It's really good. Not the cat just jumped in the bag. This Louisiana rub is really freaking good. It's so hard for me to eat and talk because I don't like talking with my mouth full, but I kind of have to. Someone said, what was my childhood like growing up? For me, growing up, so as some of you guys know, I was born in North Carolina. My parents moved to Connecticut when I was like 6 months old. I grew up like as a child in Connecticut until I was 8. And then I grew up in North Carolina. And it was definitely like a culture shock, I want to say, growing up in Connecticut. I remember a lot of it, and I remember a lot of like my house being haunted and stuff, but I don't know, like my parents, like they've never really been the type to like, you know, spoil me with a whole bunch of stuff or anything. And they had 4 kids, so like obviously it was hard for them to like always go all out for all of us. So I was a very humble child. I feel like I'm still humble now. Yeah, my dad like has always worked really hard for our family and stuff. I want to say living in North Carolina was a lot harder for me because I was older and I went through a lot more things. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why this chicken wing has this thing hanging off like a fucking chicken nail or something. It tastes good though, whatever it is. These cats literally have the zoomies. My childhood story is not really entertaining. Yeah. Anyways, next, somebody asked how I met Prince's dad. You guys asked so many questions about him. I feel like every time I do a like Q&A, y'all ask me about him. I met him in school. We've always went to school together, but we didn't really talk until high school. Y'all, if I'm not looking at the camera, it's because this light is so bright. I literally can't even see myself. Okay, so somebody asked how I learned how to do Prince's hair. The last time I did Prince's hair, it wasn't that good because his hair got cut again. Yeah, so it made it a lot harder for me to do his hair. I know how to do hair because I did my ex's hair. I retwisted his locks all the time. Like his locks were literally, he didn't even have locks before we got together, and then by the time we moved out, I was still doing his hair the whole time. His locks were like down to here, so I had to learn how to like section it, part it, use the products, retwist it, and all that stuff. So that part is not hard for me, but braiding is really hard for me because I don't really like, I know how to regularly braid, but I don't know how to like braid to the scalp. But I'm still learning, and I'm willing to learn for my son and my future kids. I do enjoy doing Prince's hair, and before I did my ex's hair, I did my one of my friends, Geneva, I did her hair, her locks, and before that I did my baby daddy's hair sometimes, but I wasn't that good at it before. Y'all, my cats are doing the most right now. It's so hard to film this. I'm so distracted. So yeah, so I just have been doing other people's hair for a while, and I plan on continuing learning how to get better and stuff so that I can just do my son's hair myself. Somebody said, now that you've reached a lot of your past goals, what are your next goals? Before I answer that, I'm gonna take a bite of this mango habanero. Yo, if I'm being honest, these wings literally taste like rubber. Like, seriously. Sorry, y'all. I had to get more paper towels, and big ol' habanero is fucking hot. Oh my god. I literally have a piece of chicken stuck on my tooth. So now that I've reached my past goals, my next goal is to start a business, which I want to do very soon. I want to get Prince into like a daycare or something soon so that I can have more time, so that he can be with other kids and I can have that little bit of time to, you know, work and start my own business and stuff like that. So that's really my next goal. And then after that, I want to get a house. This corn is so good. Somebody said, do I believe in aliens and ghosts? P.S. I love you, pretty girl. I love you too, girl. I definitely know that like aliens probably exist. Like maybe. I don't know. I feel like there has to be some sort of like extraterrestrial life out there, however you say it. I don't freaking know, but I really don't know. As far as ghosts, I think ghosts are real too, but I don't like to talk about it a lot because I don't want them to enter my life. Somebody asked about the influencer industry. Honestly, the influencer industry is definitely different. It honestly sometimes feels a lot like high school. You compare yourself a lot to other creators. It's also nice because it's like a new community, or it's almost like coworkers, what it feels like, honestly. I think one of the most annoying things about like being an influencer though is like getting compared to other people, or like being like grouped in with people. It's really annoying. I feel so sloppy trying to eat this right now. It's just annoying because like every influencer is their own person, no matter how similar somebody might seem. Like they're not the same people, and it's annoying. As far as the influencer industry, like I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, there's just ups and downs. Some people are exactly who they say they are, like they're who they are offline is who they are online, and there's some people who literally are not the same person at all. It's all for show. Somebody says, was there a moment you wanted to give up on social media? Definitely when I first started out, it was rough. Like I would get so discouraged because everyone has to start from the bottom. We all do. I think the more you keep going and the longer you keep doing doing it, like you realize it's for a reason and it ends up paying off. So yes and no. I wish I got more of the boneless ones, because these bone-in ones are and I only got 5 of these boneless ones. Somebody said, what do you do for Prince to learn since he's getting older and not in daycare? So I sit down with him every day and we have workbooks. He has his coloring books. We read every single night. He knows his ABCs, his 1, 2, 3s. He knows everything like that. And some people don't want to put their kids in daycare, and they don't have to. Just like some people don't want to put their kids in public school, so they homeschool. But Prince will be getting to school soon. I just don't know when. It's not as easy getting kids into daycare as you think, especially when you start like later in the school year. But yeah. Also, don't take this the wrong way, but I personally think that whatever somebody chooses to do with their kid, as long as they're doing right by that kid, it shouldn't matter. Somebody said, how did you become so confident in your own body, and what do you think about body shaming? I've talked about this before. You only have one body, you only have one life. I used to be really insecure about my body, but now I just don't care. Sorry y'all, my nose ring keeps freaking twisting. Somebody said, what's your favorite show at the moment? Jocelyn's Cabaret. Favorite YouTubers to watch? Bailey Sarian, KB and Carla. Yeah. Somebody said, do I like sushi? Yeah, I like sushi, but I like the plain sushi, like the California roll, sadly. I wish they would have made these like extra crisp. Somebody said, how to meet new people? Girl, I don't even know that question. I don't know the answer to that question. Somebody said, social media hate. I don't care. Like, I really don't. You get to a point when you're a content creator that you just literally stop caring. Like, because you have to stop caring. Because you just realize that people who sit around and literally like obsess over someone just to like speak mean about them or do whatever to make themselves feel better, it's a mental illness in it, and it's sick, and I just feel bad for those people. Like, I know I personally could never do something like that, and I would never do something like that. So it just goes to show you like the type of people they are. And a lot of times when somebody's hating on someone, they're just projecting, and they literally are hiding behind a screen. Like, babe, it's not the serve you thought it was. Truly, I don't even know what you look like. And quite frankly, I don't care. I don't even know that you exist. Somebody said, would you ever get a BBL? Considering how dangerous it is, no. I'm gonna switch over to the story where I asked about assumptions, because the questions that I was getting asked is like stuff that I've already talked about before. Somebody said they assumed that I don't want any more kids. That's false. I actually want like 2 more kids. Someone said, you don't really have a lot of friends. Same though, LL. I do have a lot of friends, but like, we're all just on different paths. Like, one of my friends moved out of state, and like, I just don't, like, I have friends, but like, we have to make plans. We just don't ever make plans, because I'm always like trying to figure out what content I can make, and I'm really bad at hitting people back up, and like, I don't know, a lot of my friends live far away from me. Somebody said they assume I'm sad. I am not sad, surprisingly. Somebody said they assume my body count is less than 3. No. Y'all, I am not really feeling these wings. Like, I literally just want to eat the corn. The wings are disgusting. Somebody said retired hot Cheeto girl. Honestly, I guess if that's what you want to call it, but I wasn't like extreme hot Cheeto girl. Like, I used to wear like polos with like matching Vans and stuff. Like, if I wore a red polo shirt, I would wear red Vans. And I still do like Takis and hot Cheetos, but I don't think that makes me a hot Cheeto girl, so I don't know. Somebody said they assume I have a boyfriend on the low. No, I don't. If I have a boyfriend, y'all will probably know. Somebody said, I assume you're a stoner mom. No, not anymore. Not me just eating the corn. Somebody said they assumed that I was still, you know what, when we broke up. And we still live together. You're not wrong. But that's in the past, okay? Somebody said they assume I leave all my exes. That is true. I have been broken up with one time when I was like 15. But that was it. I've broken up with all of my exes. Somebody said they assume I hate rude ass people. Yes, I literally don't. I just don't get it. Like, I'm not a mean person unless I'm put in a position where I have to stick up for myself, and I've said this before. Even if somebody has done something to me, but I personally have no problem with them, like they have a problem with me, I'm not gonna be rude to them unless it's like where I have to be. Because whatever you put out into the world is what you get back, and I want karma to be on my side, okay? Somebody said I assume that oh my god, I have the hiccups now. Somebody said I assume that you've never dated a white guy before. I love you though. I love you too, girl. And my first boyfriend was white. Everyone keeps assuming that I only like a certain type of man, and I've never said that. I personally just don't like I don't look at somebody and be like, oh no, I don't like him because he's white or whatever. But you know, you have like a certain type of person you gravitate towards. I'm a vibe type of person, but at the same time, like, what do you have going on? Like, what do you have going on for yourself? Like, there's a lot more to it than just like, what is somebody's skin color, you know what I mean? Somebody said, I assume that you feed your son too much frozen processed foods. What y'all have to remember on TikTok is that y'all only see what I put out there, and if I'm making content while I'm out, we're probably gonna eat out while I'm out, but you guys don't see every single meal that I make. So yeah, there's that. Somebody said, it's not an assumption, but I'm curious, do you have any hoes? LOL, I always wondered. No, I don't. I just ran across one that said, I assume that you only prefer to date black guys, and that is not true because there's so many of those assumptions. That's not true. Somebody said, I assume low-key you want your family together. Only saying this because same, I tried for my baby. And then there was another one right under it. Sorry y'all, my ankles. There was another one right under it that says, I assume that you'd get back with your baby daddy in a second. So I do want a family for my son. However, I am not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to be hurt. So that being said, I would not get back with my baby daddy in a second. I would rather just find somebody who actually genuinely loves me and doesn't want me for what I have and what I've done for myself. And I want to be with somebody who genuinely loves Prince and shows him as much love and affection as they show me. So I would rather just not do that. Okay, somebody said, I assume that you're rich. I am not rich by any means. Somebody said, I assume you were mean in school. I was not mean in school. Somebody said, I assume you're not very outgoing. I'm like super shy around people that I don't know, and unless I'm super comfortable with you, I'm not outgoing. I wish I was, but I'm not. Somebody said, I assume you're very shy. I don't want to say I'm very shy, but I am very closed off, if that makes sense. Somebody said, I assume you don't masturbate. That's false. But I will say I don't as much as I feel like a lot of people do, because I tend to just not even think about it, or I literally don't have time. So yeah. Sorry I'm so low. I literally just cannot sit on my cankles any longer. Somebody said, I assume you secretly have an OnlyFans. No hate, because I would too, and I've addressed this in my Q&A video. If I had an OnlyFans, y'all would know. Hands down, y'all would know. Because why? Because I want to get my coin too. What the heck? Why would I have an OnlyFans and have a platform and not post it on my platform? That makes no sense. Y'all, these wings literally smell like rubber. I can't. Somebody said, I assume you don't look at prices when you grocery shop. I do, but at the same time I don't. Like, if I need it, I'm just gonna get it. I don't care how much it is. Somebody said, I assume you were always mean until I watched your nighttime routine. I am not mean. Oh my gosh, I literally am not mean, I promise. Somebody said, I assume you low-key be hooking up with your baby daddy. No, I don't. We don't have that kind of relationship, and I'm glad. Okay. And I think that's gonna be the last one about my baby daddy, because y'all always ask about that, and I'm tired of that always being the topic of conversation. Okay, somebody said they assume I curve men a lot. I do, and then I wonder why I'm lonely. Honestly, it's a problem. Somebody said, I assume you had an OnlyFans or you want one. I did start an account for one when I think it was back in 2020, but I never did anything with it. Like, I think I just like started the account, but I never posted. Like, I was really on the verge of almost starting it, but then I was like, I don't want to have to deal with the consequences of having an OnlyFans in like 10 years, so no. Somebody said they assume that I struggle with insecurity, but social media has really helped you. Honestly, that's true. Just because of how many times I've been like hurt and cheated on in the past, it did make me very insecure, and I used to always compare myself to other girls, especially girls that I was cheated on with. But you know, seeing like all the compliments that you guys give me and just growing into my like new skin after leaving all of my exes really made me realize like I am beautiful. I don't need to compare myself to people that I'm literally never gonna be like. So yeah, I just had to basically like grow into my own skin. Hold on, y'all, I'm gonna go on my second TikTok account and see what you guys said on there so I can answer some of the questions from there, because I feel like I haven't talked about much. And I'm gonna eat another piece of corn. Somebody asked how I stay celibate. A rose. I think it helps that I'm not talking to a single soul right now, so there's not really any temptation, but it is hard. Like, sometimes when I think about it, or if I'm drinking alcohol, girl, I be having to put the rose on the charger. Okay, I'm gonna do a mini birth story for Prince. It's literally 11:50. Somebody said I'm tired of the Q&A, give us something different, and I just seen that. Whoops. It's me licking the lemon pepper sauce off of this freaking wax paper. So mini birth story time. I worked up until a week before I was supposed to give birth because I had a scheduled induction with Prince, and I think it was like on a Monday or something like that. I was super nervous, and I don't know, I just like didn't really know what to expect. And for me, I was just like, how the freaking heck am I supposed to pop a baby out of this little hoo-ha? Like, how am I supposed to do that? Seriously, how am I supposed to do that? I don't remember exactly what the medical terms are for I need to get these wings out of my freaking face. Hold on. I'm so sad this was not that good. Basically, I get in there and they give me like Cytotec and penicillin. I don't know exactly what they give me, but they give me the stuff to start the contractions, start opening up my cervix and stuff. Because when I tell y'all, every time I went to go get my cervix checked, like it literally was not, I was never dilated. But I also didn't exercise that much, so that's probably why. But literally, if I was to get pregnant now, it would be completely different than when I got pregnant with Prince, because I was only 19. Like, I am glad that I cared about my stomach and like stretch marks and stuff, because it did help because I didn't get any. But stretch marks is like genetics, it's hereditary. Chanel, it's scraped up, babe. I think she's trying to dig for a treasure box. Like, what are you doing? I know this cat is not still digging. What are you digging for? Okay, anyways, Chanel's just gonna keep digging her little heart away. Anyways, so they give me the medicine, and my older sister was there with me, and my contractions started. And when I tell y'all, contractions literally feel like period cramps, but like times 100 bajillion thousand. But like, honestly, I expected it to be a little worse. For me personally, like, contractions are bad, don't get me wrong, because period cramps hurt alone. But like, it's not like a pain that was like had me screaming, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to like close your eyes, take a deep breath. You can't talk during it because it's like that bad. It's literally 12:26, and Chanel was scratching away at the litter box, and then it ended up like turning red, so I had to figure out what was going on. Anyways, birth story. So where was I at? So I was having really bad contractions, and the doctor like came in and she told me, she was like, if the contractions become too much, just let me know so I can give you pain medicine or whatever. So I'm thinking like it's gonna get worse whenever she was already in there, but little did I know, when she was in there, my contractions were already at like the peak worst, like, you know, like it was hurting. And I'm the type of person, like, unless I'm really hurting, I'm not gonna take medicine. But the continuous, like, you know, when something hurts, like, if something really hurts, like at first, like it might not be that bad, but the longer it goes on, it's like, okay, this shit is really fucking hurting. Like, it starts to hurt more because it's just been longer, if that makes sense. So I asked her for medicine for that, and then that was at like 12 o'clock at night, I want to say. And I went in there, I went into the hospital at like 7 p.m. Also, I'm really bad at stories, and I'm like really scatterbrained, so this might be hard to listen to and it's not that entertaining. So yeah, but so basically I get the medicine. I did my makeup really late at night. I did my makeup at like 12 o'clock at night. I did it like this, kind of like just like no eyelashes or anything. And then the next day, morning time, my doctor came in to break my water, and he broke my water, or I got my epidural. I don't remember what medicine it was, but it made me shake so freaking bad. Like, I literally felt like I had ice running through my freaking veins. Like, it was making me shake so bad. And I got my epidural, and then also, y'all, it's been like 3 years, so I can't really remember everything. But next time I get pregnant, I am going to record everything so that I will be able to look back on it. But whenever the doctor broke my water, he was trying to be funny. He was like, oh my god, it's a flood. Like, Sir, that is not funny. And my baby daddy thought it was fucking hilarious. But anyways, there were so many people in the delivery room. It was my baby daddy's mom, so Princess grandma, my mom, my aunt, my sister. It was so many people in the freaking room. I just had my stuff wide the freak open. And it took me 40 minutes to push Prince out because he was face up. So he came out, a baby's supposed to come out with his head down, but Prince came out with his face up. So all of his facial structures literally ripped me wide the freak open, like almost to my butt. And I want to say the hardest part about labor was getting stitched up. Ooh, I have such a weak stomach, I can't even think about it. Like, oh my god, I literally can't even think about it. Imagine like really deep, severe like paper cuts down there that they have to sew up. Oh my god, I can't even fucking think about it. And something they also don't tell you about after you give birth is when they have to push on your stomach. Excuse me, what? That shit hurts so fucking bad. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's really not even fucking funny. When they push on your stomach, it just makes you want to throw up. Like, it's so disgusting. And then the placenta comes flying out like a freaking stingray or something. Yeah, my labor wasn't that bad, thank God. I did have really, really bad postpartum depression. I just really didn't know how to feel after I had Prince. Prince looked just like his dad whenever he came out. He was 7 pounds 11 ounces. I don't know. Whenever we got moved, like, you know how like you have your baby like in the labor and delivery room, but then you get moved to a room. So once we got moved to a room and they told me like I couldn't sleep with him in my arms, like I was like, how the hell am I supposed to go to sleep with this baby in this plastic bin beside me? So every time the nurse came in there, I would literally be asleep with Prince in my arms because it was so hard for me to stay awake. Before that, right after I gave birth, so I'm backtracking because I can't tell stories, but right after I gave birth, once everybody left out of the room, my mom was in the room, and Prince literally like a little freaking bird, he was like with his mouth wide the freak open. So I was like, Mom, like, what do I do? What do I just put my boob in his mouth? Because I did no research. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all I was so young, like I did no research, and my mom was like, yeah, I guess plop him on there. So I literally just plopped him on there, and he literally, Prince's mouth is so big that he literally was able to, like, you know, breastfeed away or whatever. But I never had to use a pacifier with Prince or anything like that, and he never sucked his thumb or anything. Literally, he just always wanted a boob all the time. And sometimes I miss breastfeeding just because like it's such like an experience, it's such a connection that you have with your child that, like, I don't know, there's nothing like it. And just like knowing that you can like make your freaking kids food out of your body, it's so insane. I used to be working at Walmart and Zaxby's, like pumping and stuff, and the cooks would literally, whenever I worked at Zaxby's, they thought it was so funny when I had to pump, because I would have to put a sign on the door that says I'm pumping so they wouldn't bother. But and I would have to turn off the lights to the office or else the cameras would have seen me pumping. But yeah, so after I had Prince, I had a really, really bad postpartum depression, I remember. So I gave birth to him like earlier that morning or in the afternoon. I can't really even remember the times. I swear I have memory loss now. Like, I know I had Prince at like 1 p.m, around 1 p.m. So later that night, like around 7 or 8, because you know, after you have the baby, they take the baby back to the nursery for a little bit to do like all the checkups and stuff on the baby. And when they took Prince back, like I just remember crying and trying to get sleep, and like I was just so out of it, like seriously so out of it, and I was in so much pain. But one thing about it, two things for certain, my boobs were huge. I literally had like porn star titties. Like I was like, what the freak? Like my boobs had never been that big in my life until I was breastfeeding, and now they're like deflated balloons. But anyways, yeah, I want more kids, and that's the thing. Like I wish I could have had all my kids back to back, but I didn't get the opportunity to do that, and it's not my fault. So, but definitely if I was to get pregnant again, I would be way more physically active. I would be very careful about what I'm eating. I was whenever I was pregnant, but I would eat more healthy things. Like I was still in college and stuff, so it was hard for me to like focus on my health and everything like that. But I just remember after I had Prince and I came home, like I had so much homework to do because I was still in college, and I just remember calling my mom, crying my eyes out, like just trying to figure out, like I never knew what stress was until I had a kid. Like I thought I used to be stressed about certain stuff before, but like I was getting stressed the fuck out over everything because I was not organized. Like all the paperwork for Prince, like all that stuff, I was just so like, what the fuck do I do with all of this shit? Like, there was so much paperwork, so much of, like, literally just so much stuff, and having to do that, juggle with trying to learn how to be a mom and try to do my freaking schoolwork, make sure I'm breastfeeding, and it was just so much. And it was because I had him in March, and I think during March, that is when it's still like it gets dark earlier outside, and it felt like the days were going by so fast, so I would be fine until nighttime came. And once nighttime came, I was so depressed. Like, I was so happy that, like, obviously I had Prince, but I was so confused on like why I felt the way that I did, and it was postpartum depression. And I just remember like going to the checkups and like going whenever they would ask me like if I ever felt like I wanted to, like, you know, take my own life and stuff like that, I would be like, what the heck, no. But it makes sense because there's so many emotions that you get after you have a baby. It's not even funny. Like, seriously, it makes no sense. My birth experience wasn't anything crazy. It went pretty good, went pretty normal, except for I tore really, really bad, and I had to soak. Another thing that was so hard after I had Prince was that because I had so many stitches down there, if I didn't heal it, if I didn't soak every single day, it wouldn't have healed right. So I would literally have to soak in the bath for like 20 minutes a day, I think like twice a day, and I would be breastfeeding Prince, and it was just so hard. Like, I was so weak, like trying to get in and out of the freaking bath. And at the time, me and Prince's father had shared my car, but he would have to take it to work, and I would be stuck at home with Prince. And I only had like a month off from maternity leave because I was a manager at Zaxby's at the time. And then shortly after Prince was born, around September, Prince was born in March, around September, I had started at Walmart. It was crazy, but I totally miss it. And I was going through my videos the other day and just seeing all the videos of when Prince was a baby. It really does give you baby fever, and it's like, it goes by so fast, you really don't, it doesn't even make any freaking sense. Like, it goes by fast, but it doesn't. Like, they just grow up so fast. But Prince was literally the happiest baby. He used to always make the cutest noises, and it's just so crazy. But anyways, y'all, I think that is gonna be it for this video. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. I know these topics weren't like anything crazy, but I am trying to get more content out for you guys, so I need to start planning it out better, if I'm being completely honest. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I really do appreciate it. I love each and every single one of you guys. I hope you guys learned something new about me today. And every single one of my videos, if there's anything you want to see from me, feel free to comment it down below. I won't get upset. I honestly need the ideas anyways. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Go over to my TikToks. I have all 3 of my TikTok accounts linked down below. And that is going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys click that like button, turn on... so tired. Make sure you guys click that like button, turn on your post notifications, girl, and click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Period. Period. Period.